Okay, I just wanted to make a quick spiritual feminine energy type video because I know a lot of you girls need it. And I just wanted to quickly talk about setting boundaries and the whole confusion with it being selfish, like you're being a bad person for setting boundaries. Because here's the thing, I do believe it is really important to set boundaries. People pleasing, we're trying to reduce that, but there are some girls that take that whole idea of setting boundaries, putting yourself first, they take that and kind of twist it and end up just becoming a bad person. Now on TikTok, people are getting more aware of protecting your peace, and I love that whole concept. You should be protecting your peace. But there are girls that don't fully understand spirituality, feminine energy, and just raising your vibration, and they just take that advice of protecting your peace and become very selfish and like not just selfish, just bad people and never showing up for anyone. That's not what we want to do. We want to still be good people, but we also want to succeed and create as much abundance for us and just thrive in happiness, and everything's working out for you. You're in your feminine energy, you have your life force energy, and I'll talk more about all that, but I just wanted to clear this up, how you can set boundaries without being a bad person. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is just setting boundaries. If you have found yourself people pleasing in the past, for me, it was with friendships. I don't want to go too much into it. I just found myself, I don't know if I was more of an empath, but I would just be kind of weak and not confident in myself, and I attracted certain personalities that would like dominate me. And this was in friendships, like toxic personalities, narcissistic. I would attract them into my life because I didn't have firm boundaries set. I let people walk over me, treat me bad. I can talk about it now because I've healed from all of that. But at the time, I felt powerless, and I was like, why is this happening to me? You know, like these people don't feel any shame. They just can take advantage of me, you know, be mean to me, but make me stay with them. This is not even a relationship. This was friendship. And I was pretty young at the time. So I kind of just went along with it. I didn't know much about toxic people. I was people pleasing a lot. They would be super friendly and then suddenly turn cold and be insulting me and everything. And I was confused. But then whenever I would try to leave this person, they would suddenly be so nice to me and like say, no, you're like such a good friend. I need you and everything. So I felt bad and I stayed being their friend for a long period of time. And obviously I was young, I didn't know, but I'm happy I experienced that early in my life so then I could learn. And now I'm still pretty young, but like I've learned how to be confident in yourself, set those boundaries, because it changes your life, it changes your well-being. So people pleasing stems from low self-worth, and you fear rejection from others, you fear being seen as rude and just like not a helpful person. You just fear loss of, I guess, friendships or whoever's taking advantage of you. You're afraid to lose them. I think for me, maybe I didn't want to be alone, I guess. So I stayed with this person. This is why it is so important to find solitude. If you want to get rid of all these people that want to take advantage of you, and you want to succeed in life and find better company around you, you're going to have to go through a period of being alone and really just being comfortable being by yourself, because that's what builds up your confidence. And you have to be following people like on social media, follow people who are on the same journey, or just people that you want to be like. They would have all had to face their traumas, they had to do inner work in order to be successful. If you're people pleasing, you are not going to be successful. All wealthy people, they are not letting people take advantage of them. They are in control. They put themselves first. If you're hanging out with that certain person that's not doing any good for you, that is wasting your time, your energy. You could be using all of that to do something better for yourself. You are burning yourself out, and we need to develop your self-love. I just really want to guide women to get out of any of their people-pleasing habits and just embrace who they really are, be confident in themselves to leave that situation and just do better for yourself. A key factor to know if you're people pleasing is you feel so drained after helping that person or being around that person. After that interaction, you don't feel excited to do anything else. You can't be bothered doing anything. You feel lazy. You have negative thoughts in your mind. Just lack of motivation. If you're hanging around someone who is not sparking your creativity, making you excited and just inspired to do good, you shouldn't be with them. You really have to do the inner work to heal from people pleasing. After I did that, I was able to, one, forgive that person who was toxic in my life and was just controlling me. I forgave them and I forgave myself for being weak, not being confident enough to walk away from that situation. And then also, I was able to change my mindset, put myself first, and realize I'm the creator of my reality. I'm not going to be hanging around people that are not doing anything for me. Like, I'm the most important person here. If you're saying this is selfish, I will talk about this later on. But you have to think you're the most important person. Your mind creates your reality, and you are able to create so much success for yourself. All the power is within you. Me being spiritual, like, you can believe whatever you want. I believe God is within you. Your higher consciousness is God, and you have the power to do anything, okay? You have the power to create your whole successful future, whatever you want. It's all within you. It's not anywhere else. And by you people pleasing, you are just draining your energy and not allowing you to create anything for yourself, anything good that's going to provide you with so much happiness, abundance. You need to get your journal out and start doing inner work. That's how I was able to release all that people pleasing. I created my own prompts that you guys can use as well. I put it in my Patreon. It's the link in my bio. Basically, when you go to the collections part in the Patreon, you'll see like a list of different journal prompts, and then you can select which one you want to do. But I have included so many prompts. There's ones to do with inner child, people pleasing, getting rid of bad habits, all of that. It's all in there. I recommend doing that because this is what saved me. I could have still been people pleasing and living a completely different life. My state of mind would have been so different if I didn't decide to get my journal out and start doing the inner work and healing. Now I feel so much better. I am attracting much better people into my life. I'm just confident in myself. I know that I'm not gonna waste my time with this person if they are not doing anything good for me. When you're interacting with someone, there's an energy exchange. If they are providing me with good energy, then I'm gonna be around them more because I want good energy around me to create more successful things for myself. And you should be doing the same. You need to be journaling and being alone. Be comfortable being alone. Don't worry, you're going to attract people into your life that are going to help you and be good friends, partners. I will talk about how I attracted my dream partner, but for now I'm talking about mainly friendships, and just could even be family who are just asking for too much and you're just giving in and you're doing so much for them. Another thing to think about, would they do the same for you? Like, you're doing all this for that person, but think, would they do the same things for you? If not, don't bother. We have to think. Obviously, if someone's going through a really hard time, be there to support them. But I'm talking about general things. You should be able to see for yourself if you actually really need to do this. Like, would it really impact their life if you don't do this task for them? If people have been used to you people pleasing and just like doing whatever they say, the moment you say no, they're going to be so irritated. Well, for most people. If not, that's great. And it shows that, you didn't actually have to be pleasing them. But if they get really mad, you don't have to say anything. No is enough. They should be able to respect your decision. You can say, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I can't do this. If you don't want to face them in person, you could say, okay, I'll think about it and get back to you, and then just go, and then later say, no, I can't. It's actually simple. It's just your fear of rejection. You know, they won't be as nice to you anymore, but they weren't nice to begin with if they're taking advantage of you. If you looked at my videos on TikTok, I've got like videos to do with this, setting boundaries, people pleasing, just more guidance on dealing with all of that. In your journal, you should also write the boundaries that you're going to set in place. When you set boundaries and you stick to them, you don't let people ride over you anymore. That is just a form of self-love. You are doing so much for yourself, and you should be so proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself anyway for watching this video, because it is putting yourself first. You are gaining more self-confidence, self-love, self-concept. Once you realize success has to do with your self-concept, that changes everything. That's what happened for me, and I'm just grateful. Where are you letting your boundaries slide? Maybe get your journal out right now and just think about a certain person that you're getting drained out by. Like, you feel that you're doing a bit too much for them and you feel quite empty and not able to do much for yourself after helping that person. Just think, maybe choose one person right now. So I want you to write in your journal, how are you helping that person and how is it draining your energy? And then I want you to journal down, what do you fear from them if you say no? What are the thoughts that are coming up in your mind that is scaring you if you say no to this person? Just write as much as you need to. Don't limit yourself. You need to get it all out, because the more the better. Maybe they ended up negatively perceiving you. They might have decided, okay, you're not my friend anymore, and they've walked out of your life. Just pick whatever is scaring you from that situation. Think about other things you could be doing with your energy and time instead of pleasing them. Okay, think about all that. You have to weigh up, how do you feel after pleasing them? You feel drained, right? And then just think about the things you could be doing and how will that make you feel. Think about, okay, what was the most scariest thing that's gonna happen to you if you say no? Is that reaction worse than losing yourself? Are you really putting someone else's perception above your own well-being? Because that's exactly what it is. Are you going to let that person control your life and dim your light? You're making them so powerful. You are going to be so little, and you want a nice life, right? You want to feel happy. It doesn't matter what you want, just journal down, what do you want in your life? Like, what goals do you want to complete? How do you want to feel? You want to feel free. For most people, just want to feel free. First step is to not let people overpower you. You're in control. Remember that. You just have to develop so much self-love, and the journal prompts in my Patreon will help you so much with that. And I will be making a video on connecting to your inner child, because I think that's really important for dealing with people pleasing. But for now, because I'm keeping it basic, just journal whatever thoughts you have about that and look at my collection in my Patreon. Respond to all those prompts. Your life will change for the better. And again, it saved me. Like, I wouldn't have felt this much self-confidence if I didn't journal it all out and faced my traumas, maybe even people in the past. I want you to forgive them. You can journal this as well, but just forgive them. Don't have any hate towards them. Realize, okay, they were in my life. They taught me a lesson. Now I have developed more self-confidence from them. So I forgive them. I thank them. But now they don't need to be in my life. Like, just forgive in silence and move on. Anyway, I wanted to talk about also how putting yourself first can be a little bit narcissistic. So this is when you are not being kind to anyone, basically, and they don't show up for people. This is not what I'm teaching, because I'm a Buddhist, okay? So I believe in compassion, and your vibration, you know, having love for others, still by helping people will help you, okay? Like, when you help others, it makes you feel better. But it's people pleasing when it's draining your energy, when that certain person is asking for too much and you just can't do it. That's when you say no. But obviously, just like helping people, being nice, showing up for people, or if they're going through a bad time, obviously you're going to want to support them, be with them. I'm not talking about any of that. Like, all of those things, you just have to be a good person. And once I started meditating, I talked about this in my TikTok. When you meditate, you build more compassion for others. Obviously, I don't want you to be a narcissistic person and like not help people at all. Definitely help others, but just don't let it drain your energy. I've seen a lot of people now that end up saying yes to too much. It's just not doing any good for them. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. But definitely look at my Patreon if you want more guidance. Yeah, I wanted to share my experience with this, with people pleasing and not being confident and setting boundaries. Now that I have, I feel so much happier. I feel more fulfilled. You know, like I'm doing things for myself that is helping me and getting me to where I want to be. If you want more guidance, just feel free to message me, comment down. You can send me a message on TikTok and I'll respond. But yeah, I hope you learned something and good job on watching videos like this. You should be very proud of yourself. Bye bye.